Hello and welcome to Urban Sports Beat. I'm your host, Troy Hackley. Marty McNair keeps the legacy of his son Jordan McNair alive with the Jordan McNair Free Football Camp at Morgan State University.
Because this thing kind of, sometimes it gets a lot bigger than I even envisioned it at all. So, again, I know we're doing the right thing. Luckily, we always get some good weather, so Jordan always is smiling down on us. So, again, I think that, I just want to say thank you.
Talk a little bit about the Jordan McNair event that's taking place today here at Morgan State University.
Man, it's a great opportunity to educate folks on heat welders and heat safety. It's great to have the kids out here on Morgan State University campus, and I'm excited to see my guys interact with the youth. This is very important for us to give back to the youth and provide them an opportunity to step on the college campus early, and this is a big-time event.
Talk about the importance of young people who will participate in football to have the right equipment around them to keep them safe when it's warm and hot.
It's extremely important. As a coach, you want to push your young men or push your student athletes, but at the end of the day, you must have the right nutrition items around them, as well as the cold tubs and that sort of thing, to give them an opportunity so their body can recover. This is a very demanding sport, football is, and so is basketball and other sports, but we must have the right things in place to keep our young people safe.
Marty, tell us a little bit about today's event.
So this is the first Jordan McNair Foundation Baltimore citywide football clinic, free football clinic at Morgan State University.
What made you want to do an event like this?
So we do our clinic every year at the McDonough School, but one of the things that I wanted to realize, everybody in Baltimore City can't make it to McDonough. So again, what we wanted to do was just provide a environment for everybody or every football player in Baltimore City in that age range, 8 to 15 years old, to not only just come play football and have fun, but to really understand and see what's right in the city with them, which is Morgan State University, which is ideal just beyond football with engineering, business, science. So this is one of the greatest HBCUs in the nation. And they got a great football program and a wonderful new head coach. And we just wanted to come out and had a community meet them and just have a good day.
Talk a little bit about your passion, even though you're coming from a serious loss, and how you are still committed to helping young people to make sure that they don't go through what you went through.
So for me, I used to bring Jordan to these things all the time, literally across the nation, all of the brand combines and camps and clinics. And the one main thing that was always consistent, I was always the parent sitting in the stands. Right? That was always because there was no parent education. So really, I just sat in the stands with everybody else. And when that happened to Jordan back in 2018, that's what our difference was. Whenever we got student athletes and parents in the room, our main goal was to educate parents on how to keep your student athletes safe.
Talk a little bit about the equipment that you have created to help young people stay hydrated and not fall to some of those serious injuries that can happen in summer football camps.
Yeah, so what we did was we manufactured our own inflatable cold water tub, because back then when Jordan first passed, we donated 300 cold water tubs to football programs and sports organizations across the country. And we kept donating the big Rubbermaid tubs, which are ideal. But what if you got to travel, and what if you got to go off-site or anything like that? And that's when I came up with the idea, I want to put something together that you will never be without a cooling system or a cooling vessel. And basically that's what we did with our Cool First Transport Second inflatable solo and team tub, which you can get at coolfirsttransportsecond.com, to really just empower athletic trainers, coaches, whatever the case may be, to always take this with you.
Marty has invented a machine that helps young people stay hydrated and keeps their body temperatures down during this event. How important was that for him to come up with that for our young people?
Very important, considering his loss. Very important. And actually, it should be more stressed that hydration just don't start day of.
Okay.
Hydration should start like 2 days before. Heavy hydration, so when they do get out here, it's not as bad.
As a parent, how do you feel about coming out, helping your child participate in football?
I feel great about it. I was a football player myself, and my son is kind of talented, and he needs to learn more from not just from me, from others.
Okay. Who was better?
My oldest son.
To protect student athletes from heat illnesses, parents and coaches need to act as a team.
When playing in extreme heat, student athletes need to gradually adjust to the temperatures. They need to stay hydrated. Make sure your sports programs have a cold water tub, cold towels, and plenty of ice and water.
Is there an emergency action plan covering heat illness, CPR, and cardiac arrest? Inform coaches of your child's medical information, medications, and your contact information. Let's play safe.
Hello, and welcome to Urban Sports Beat.
M&G Customs, the car custom pros. Window tinting, wheels, alarms, custom stereo installation, accessories, and more. Go where Baltimore comes to get their car care stereos done. Call 410-362-1740 or stop by 3111 Frederick Avenue. Serving Baltimore and the surrounding counties for over 23 years. M&G Custom. Urban Sports Beat is presented by Chill's Corner LLC, a leader on income tax service from individual, personal tax returns along with business taxes and year-around tax planning. Chill's Corner LLC has 30 years of tax experience. Their motto is, "We are here to provide important knowledge and solutions on all aspects of tax service." So call 443-570-2245 or visit them at 2133 Gwinoak Avenue, Suite 200. Urban Sports Beat, bringing you the hottest in youth sports. The top high school lacrosse players from around the country converged on Homewood Field to teach Baltimore youth the game.
Coach, talk about today's event. I know you were one of the organizers on this event. Talk about this event.
So essentially we had the All-America team, both the boys and girls team. So we had 84 of the top lacrosse players in the country come facilitate or help our players learn to love the game of lacrosse today.
Now, we know that you are the head coach at Coppin State University. We recently did an interview with you that recently aired on television. So you are getting all of this TV pub. You're such a celebrity now. Can I get your autograph when all of this is over?
Oh, absolutely. When it's over, though, we're doing an interview now.
Yeah, right. Well, Coach, talk about giving back to young people.
Oh, man, I think if we are going to galvanize in our community, if we're going to help it grow and continue to protect it in the way it needs to be protected, to make sure that the city stays ours, that people are doing what they should be doing in the community, then we can use the game of lacrosse as a bridge, as the way to keep people interested, keep them motivated, and remember that they have a greater responsibility than just themselves.
Will you have any of your players here this evening for the actual game?
Yeah, so today we'll have one of our players, he's a first year at Coppin State was last year. His name is Jamal Wally Childs. He came out today, helped with some of the clinics or whatever, and he'll be here later for the game.
Talk a little bit about putting together such a massive event like this, bringing in some of the best, not just in the state of Maryland, but in America.
I think that the Terps are in a great position that when someone thinks about doing an event of quality or an event that matters, that has some type of impact, they consider us first. So we received a phone call from Andy that is with the All-America team, and he said, hey, we want to put something together. We want your guys to host it. And I stayed on my P's and Q's to make sure that we can make the event as efficient as possible and effective as possible.
Tell us a little bit about today's event that you are participating in.
Scrimmages and passing and catching and learning how to do new tricks.
What organization do you play lacrosse for?
Baltimore Terps.
And is this your first year?
Yeah.
Talk about the experience of learning the great game of lacrosse.
Like usually just like have fun, and like my experience is like you learn new tricks, and if you lose, and you win. There's times where you do good and there's times where you do bad. So like in my experience, it's been both ways, and we've won like a lot of games and have lost a lot of games.
Now, this is your first year. Talk about your experience. How much do you like the game?
I like it a lot. I think that I really enjoy it, and I would do it another time because it's really like nice.
Now, you are here today at the All-American practice. You're playing with not only the best lacrosse players in the state of Maryland, but in America. What does that feel like?
It feels awesome because I feel like that's every kid's dream, to meet up with people that are like really like famous.
Tell us a little bit about today's event.
It's definitely something super cool to be a part of, especially just growing up in Baltimore. I can remember for as long as I've lived here coming to this game and watching it, and it's just special to finally get to be playing in it.
Now, you play at Calvert Hall. Talk a little bit about your journey.
Sure. I just graduated from Calvert Hall this year. I definitely had a different path. So we missed a season because of COVID, and then I got hurt my junior year, so I really only played 2 seasons, freshman, senior year. And it's definitely something super special to be a part of. Just growing up playing watching MIAA lacrosse, and then playing in it, getting to play against like some of your best friends from other schools, and then playing with your best friends. It's something I wouldn't trade that experience for the world.
Talk a little bit about being an All-American.
It's definitely cool. I think I can't really speak on the experience until we play, just because getting to see Homewood packed tonight is going to be really, really cool, and I think that's when it all hit me.
Talk about giving back to young people who want to learn the great game of lacrosse.
Sure. It's definitely cool getting to just share. I remember being in their shoes, getting to come to clinics like this when we were little, and seeing guys you look up to, and then getting to be that guy that these guys look up to is definitely pretty cool.
Now, where will you be playing your lacrosse in the fall?
I'm going to University of Virginia.
So you will be a Cavalier?
Yes, sir.
Did you have a hard and tough decision to make? What other schools were recruiting you?
It was honestly pretty easy for me. UVA was always a dream school. Just growing up, I wanted to go there, but I tried my best to give full effort into every school that called, and I talked to like Maryland, Georgetown, Syracuse, but UVA was kind of always what I was leaning towards.
So this is like culminating on a great year for you, and now you will be participating in the All-American game. When you think back and you lay back and you think and you say, wow, I actually made it, what does that feel like?
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a lot of hard work behind the scenes that gets recognized, just like every player out here that gets to play in this. Everyone earned it, and it's really cool to be a part of.
Do you get bragging rights back in the neighborhood?
A little bit, I guess.
Okay, Troy. Thank you for your time, and thank you for giving back to young people, and good luck moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to Urban Sports Beat. we stopped by Time to Grind Boxing to talk to head trainer Mac Allison and heavyweight boxer Malik Titus.
We're here with my man Mac Allison from Time to Grind Boxing. Coach, I haven't talked to you in a little while. The last time we talked was about a year ago, and you were headed to Virginia for a boxing match. Now, recently, maybe a couple of weeks ago, you were supposed to have a big boxing match at Patapsco Arena, and it was canceled. What happened?
Well, we got a call, which was on a Tuesday, which we had no more than 3 days left before we were able to enter the ring. Apparently, they had some discrepancies over medical situations, over not equally matched. But anybody that knows boxing, it only takes 26 rounds to make a professional fight, which is 4 bouts.
Okay.
So on the card, we had 12 participants.
Okay.
But overall, we had 15 participants that were able to fight on this card.
And would that amount of participants fit the bill that was necessary to hold the event?
Yes, it is. It was been a phenomenal event for the city, the inner city. We need it. It's just a shame that, you know, the commissioners, the athletic directors, that they weren't able to make this happen. I mean, you only need 4 bouts to make a professional fight.
What impact does that have on the fighters, the event holders, the people that have to travel, the referees, all involved? What impact does that have on everything?
It has a great impact on these people. It also has a negative impact when it don't happen, you know, because the city don't get to see, you know, their guys fighting.
Now, you have been fighting in like Virginia, Delaware, Washington, D.C. Why not home here in Baltimore?
Athletic director here.
Does one person oversee all boxing, professional boxing matches here in Maryland?
That's just what it is.
So does it go before a board before a decision is made, or is it just one individual?
Well, you have
decides?
this is how it goes. You have you have the promoter, the manager, and you have the matchmaker, and they all get together and they ask him, is this a yay or a no? And he gives the decision, or if it's okay or if it's not. Now, knowing this, quote unquote, with boxing, you know, that's the innocent word of saying boxing because it's actually fighting. And these fighters understand what they sign up for. So trying to create safety for these guys, we do the best we can to create safety, but at the same time, it's hard to create safety when you train the people to hurt other people.
Okay.
You know, and that's the bottom line.
We're here with Baltimore young heavyweight boxer Malik Titus, who is going to do great things for the city of Baltimore. Malik, welcome to Urban Sports Beat. I'm glad I haven't talked to you in a little while. It's been almost a year. I see you on social media. You've been doing great work over the last year. What's your record now?
I'm currently 7-0 with 7 knockouts.
Now, what has changed from last year to this year?
I feel like, honestly, like I matured more like as a person, not just a fighter, just as a person, and like also as a fighter also. Like I understand, like turning pro, like pro is totally different from like being like a top amateur. It's definitely like a lot more work come with it, a lot more like discipline. But overall, like I'm starting like really like find my way now. For us, like I know like it's still early in my career, just a year, but I'm starting like really starting to like find myself right now.
Now, have you been back in the gym since this cancellation?
Yes.
Staying sharp?
Yes.
Getting ready for the next big fight?
Yes. Whoever I fight next, I mean, I'm just telling you, that's going. I'm just ready to put on the show.
Well, Malik, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to be on Urban Sports Beat.
Hello, I'm Troy Hackley of Urban Sports Beat. For your photography, video, editing, there's only one place to call: Keystone Production.
To
To protect student athletes from heat illnesses, parents and coaches need to act as a team.
When playing in extreme heat, student athletes need to gradually adjust to the temperatures. They need to stay hydrated. Make sure your sports programs have a cold water tub, cold towels, and plenty of ice and water.
Is there an emergency action plan covering heat illness, CPR, and cardiac arrest? Inform coaches of your child's medical information, medications, and your contact information. Let's play safe.
M&G Customs, the car custom pros. Window tinting, wheels, alarms, custom stereo installation, accessories, and more. Go where Baltimore comes to get their car care stereos done. Call 410-362-1740 or stop by 3111 Frederick Avenue. Serving Baltimore and the surrounding counties for over 23 years. M&G Custom. Urban Sports Beat is presented by Chill's Corner LLC, a leader on income tax service from individual, personal tax returns, along with business taxes and year-around tax planning. Chill's Corner LLC has 30 years of tax experience. Their motto is, "We are here to provide important knowledge and solutions on all aspects of tax service." So call 443-570-2245 or visit them at 2133 Gwinoak Avenue, Suite 200. Urban Sports Beat, bringing you the hottest in youth sports. Fan Eye Sports' Kendall Hilton is premiering his documentary on Baltimore basketball legend Malcolm Delaney. We're here with my man Kendall Hilton from Fan Eye Sports. He is also a part-time employee and team member of Urban Sports Beat. We've put in a lot of work together. We put in some cold days together. But we're here for a different reason today. Kendall is premiering a documentary on the life of Baltimore basketball player Malcolm Delaney. He's a local kid who went on to play overseas. He also played in the NBA for the Atlanta Hawks. And Kendall, talk a little bit about what you got going on, brother.
So we went overseas for a couple weeks. Talked to Malcolm, did a documentary on his, overseas career, his career in Europe, and really just shed light on what it's like to be a European star on the basketball court over there. So we're premiering it here in Baltimore, world premiere, October 20th at the Senator on York Road, and it'll drop everywhere streaming on faneye.com.
What time is that?
7 o'clock. So the premiere will be from 7 to 11. Get there early. We're gonna have a nice little, champagne hour. You can take pictures on the red carpet. We're gonna do it real nice. Red carpet attire, please.
Talk about that experience of putting that together, being overseas during a pandemic.
It was fun for me because it was basically a time where I got to just, focus on myself. I was by myself over there, so just being around different cultures, being around different people, networking, all of that. It was good for me in that sense. As far as the COVID thing, didn't really feel it too much over there. You definitely need certain cards and stuff to get into certain buildings. There's definitely a difference in the lifestyle, but being in Europe for 2 weeks, being a part of, AX Milano, shout out to AX Milano, Olympia Milano, and being a part of their organization for those 2 weeks and talking to their staff and everybody else, it's Giorgio Armani's team, so I got to meet him too.
Okay.
So, that whole experience was, definitely once in a lifetime.
Now, what else you got going on, brother? I see I've been seeing some posts. You've been doing something with the Arkansas Razorbacks?
Yeah, that's USA Today.
Okay. So they got you doing some freelance writing for them?
Yeah, that happened right before the season started. Applied, and they was like, yeah, come on the board. So now I get to do my own rankings. I do my own college rankings every week. Call it the weekend top 15. Yeah, it's been a long journey to get to a point like that, to be able to write for a publication of that size.
So and you once you've accomplished that, so will you be doing any local stuff coming up in Baltimore? Are you going to be back on the scene with a high school basketball and football? Because you're a big football fan, I know that.
I'm a football fan. I don't know. I might retire. I might retire from the local scene. Nah, I mean, for me now, it's more so about bringing the world into Baltimore, if that makes sense. I really want people to see what it's like here, and to hear it from a person that's really from here. I think a lot of times our stories get told by people that don't really associate with the city in a way that people in the city can relate to. So that's the prime example with Malcolm documentary. It has a European vibe to it, like definitely has a European style, but it's been told by someone that's actually from Baltimore about a player that's from Baltimore. So, I'm focusing more on doing stories like that, long form storytelling. Big games though, I'll be at the big games.
The Senator Theater.
The Senator Theater on York Road. I don't know the exact address, but yeah, the Senator Theater on York Road. We're gonna have the marquee laid out, so you're gonna see Fan Eye Sports, the Malcolm Delaney story. So it won't be hard to find it.
Okay, my man Kendall Hilton. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Fan Eye Sports, and you're gonna still have doing some stuff with Urban Sports Beat now.
And before I go, I gotta give thanks to you, because you definitely gave me an extra battery. Reaching out to me, bringing me a part of the team on Urban Sports. Got to see that logo on TV for the first time. So, Urban Sports Beat is definitely a treasure here in our city. If you've been keeping track, anybody that got a big name from this city, they've been on this show. So it's an honor to be sitting on this side.
Oh man, hey, you want to talk about that first time we was on the phone, and when you first time you saw yourself all there?
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie. My brother will tell you, he's right behind his camera. He'll tell you, I damn near shed a tear. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of.
People don't realize how hard we got to work to bring that magic to life. No, they think we just.
It's a lot of hard work with that, So saying that rooster, people say it on social media all the time, but to see it on TV that was a very gratifying feeling.
That's going to do it for this edition of Urban Sports Beat. And don't forget to check us out on our website, urbansportsbeat.com. Also, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and IG. I want to take this time to thank my fine staff. Without their help, this show would not be possible. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.